All right, well, it's 3:45 here on the West Coast, and I think we'll get started promptly. Thanks so much for all of you that have joined us today. We're very excited to share our insights and perspectives on assurance in the cloud, and really look forward to your questions and comments during the session. We'll actually take your questions through the chat box, and we'll bring those questions back in at the end of the session. To start off, I'd like to begin with introductions of both myself as well as my co-presenter, Scott Greenfield. Introduce ourselves, and then we'll move right into our topic for this evening or this morning or this afternoon, wherever in the globe you are. Let me start with myself. This is Tara Veston, and I'm a partner in the assurance practice of PricewaterhouseCoopers. I specialize in governance, risk, and controls with a particular emphasis on the use of technology, supporting process and controls, and the optimization of technology. I lead our technology practice industry and the third-party assurance services, and represent PwC in the assurance practice for our PwC cloud computing activities. I've been with the firm for 21 years, and I reside here in San Jose, California. Scott, let me turn it over to you.
Thanks, Kara. Thanks, Karen. Hello, everyone. My name is, again, Scott Greenfield. I'm also a partner in the assurance practice of PricewaterhouseCoopers. I spend most of my time focused on global third-party assurance, as well as IT governance, risk management, and systems assurance. And I lead the industry sector program for our systems and process assurance practice in the U.S. I have over 23 years of experience, and I'm based in the New York metro area. Now I'm going to turn it back to Kara, and I think, Kara, you're going to take us through the agenda.
Great. So I'm going to take a few minutes to share some opening remarks, walk you through what we're going to talk about today, and go from there. As many of you know, those of you on this call obviously have a very strong interest in cloud computing, and certainly as those models continue to develop and the conversation around the benefits and the challenges around the cloud has continued to expand, the level of interest as well as the level of investment in the cloud also has been increasing pretty exponentially. Today, if you Google cloud computing, I think you'll be returned with something like 30 million hits. I think you'll see that number just continue to grow. Much of the conversation around the cloud has really been on the benefits that the cloud service models offer: lower capital investments, lower operating costs, greater flexibility to meet fluctuating demands for computing power, etc. Virtualization has essentially become a household name synonymous with cost reduction. And today, many companies have adopted virtualization at some level and very successfully. And now they continue to really look for new ways to reduce costs, and they're looking at the cloud service models as a potential option. At the same time, there's growing recognition that along with the benefits of the cloud, there are challenges and risks. At the enterprise level of adoption, the fact that the cloud gains momentum, we see an increasing need to establish a trusted relationship between the cloud service provider and the cloud customers. Cloud providers, seek to really entice enterprises to take a bigger bite out of the cloud apple, so to speak. Cloud customers are looking for, with greater interest in the services that the cloud offers, but are also looking at the risks that they're taking as they move more and more business processes or contemplate moving more business processes and data beyond their walls that they've built to protect themselves over decades and out into another organization. So establishing a framework for trusted assurance between the providers and customers is really a critical step in the maturity of the cloud evolution. An effective trusted assurance solution, or third-party assurance, as we call it, is not really a compliance requirement. It's really a marketability imperative. What we see today is early cloud providers, particularly SaaS solution providers, are inundated with both prospective and existing customers requesting additional information around their environments, the very keen focus on security, customer audits, the completion of checklists, vendor management and vendor procurement group evaluations, and a number of other ad hoc requests that are really distracting and expensive intrusions on the cloud provider, but necessary to really bring the confidence to those customers. But this kind of one-on-one assurance is not really a sustainable solution, and that's really the foundation for our discussion today. So looking at what we're going to talk about, what is third-party assurance? Scott will talk us through this in a little bit more detail, but at a high level, it's reporting by an independent party on the controls to really address the risks in a cloud environment. Why does it matter? The trust, transparency, and the ability to audit the cloud are really key to broad acceptance of the cloud service models, along with some of the other challenges